Yep, okay, brother. Hello, how are you doing? Today is another day, and I'm just riding my bike today, and just just like in my previous videos, uh, which I did, which I made yesterday. I'm sorry, this is a little bit difficult for me because just for the beginning, because I made already made riding this bike today two videos. The first one was in French. Can you imagine that? I was speaking French, pure French, for more than 12 minutes straight, and this is like crazy. And then I instantly switched to Spanish, which was really fucking difficult for me, at least in the beginning, especially because I was stomping a lot. I was mixing a lot of words, because actually, in some sense, English and French and Spanish, they are a little bit similar in some sense, in some ways, and instantly switch your brain from speaking one language to another. This is absolutely great practice, and this is really difficult, to be honest. And as you can see and hear, probablemente, and today I have this cute little microphone with me. I connected it to my iPhone, and I just hope, I guess, that you can see me. You can not see me, you can already see me. You can hear me better in this video than it was in the previous one. But honestly, I watched my previous video and I kinda liked it, really. Even though maybe nobody will actually see it, but I was speaking like very interestingly to myself. I was engaged when I was listening to myself after I posted this video. And of course, I've made a lot of mistakes. My English is absolutely far from being perfect, but all I do here is just practice. I don't expect, and I don't need you to expect that I'm doing something very, very like serious here. I mean, it's pretty important anyway. It's serious for me what I do here, but I always allow myself, and will always allow myself, to make a lot of mistakes. Actually, in fact, I want to make as many mistakes as possible throughout this journey. Doesn't matter in which language. would you this interesting feeling I'm feeling right now, this interesting like sensation, and it's as I'm speaking to you, I'm using English, and for now something in my brain has light up. It's like crazy. My brain is working right now for on the high rotation, just like a engine of a car, probably, like when the row is high up. And as I'm speaking to you in English, I feel like my brain tries to translate these words into another languages, and literally as I'm talking to you right now, I hear my inner voice inside me that's telling all these things in French, and it messes me up a little bit. Sorry, it's because I was recently speaking French and Spanish for a long time, and eventually that's going to calm down, and I will settle down with my English language for the rest of this video. And important thing is actually that I don't feel like I'm slowing down in my English, even though I feel all of this mess straight in my head. I still talk in English to you pretty continuously, and I really like this process. And also I really liked yesterday what I was doing, and specifically what I was doing, I was just riding my bike and talking to you in English, just like as a way to enhance my practice, to increase my practice. I can use whatever words that come into my mind, and this is like such an incredible feeling when for so many years I was just sad, accumulating all of these words, all of these expressions on YouTube. I did not speak barely, I spoke barely at all, and for now something in my brain just clicked. Of course I could do that much more earlier, that's for sure, but for some reason only now I've realized that I can do that. Actually, I can be speaking right now, even though I don't have that much people around me with whom I can speak English. And that's not a problem at all, because I can just hop on YouTube and put away my phone out of my pocket, press the record button, and just share right here, right now, what I'm feeling as a person, and trying to use as much English as possible. And eventually some people will find my videos, they will watch it, maybe some non-native speakers who are learning English as well, they will find my efforts pretty impressive, and even maybe some native speakers. I would love to talk to you, honestly, if you are from like UK, US, and actually doesn't matter from which country, because I don't distinguish people by their country and nationality, and maybe by their language, which is fairly decent like criteria to distinguish people, because I think that all people pretty much are similar in some sense. Of course we are unique, that's for sure, but I don't think that some people are better than the others. Doesn't matter, of course it doesn't matter, it doesn't depend on like nationality, race, or anything like that. The only thing that matters is our willingness to learn, our willingness to develop ourselves. And even if you are like a broke kid from Africa who is literally starving, and if you happen to be goddamn so lucky that you have a phone, like iPhone with even some old one with SIM card and with internet, you can literally become whoever you want. At least you can learn everything that you want, even with simple as phone, because that's what I was doing for my entire life. As soon as I realized that how powerful the YouTube actually is, how much information I can be learned from there, how many wonderful people are there, and then I've become instantly hooked onto that. And basically from that moment on up to this moment, I'm continuously learning something from the internet, and the pinnacle of that, kind of main result of that, is that for now I'm 21, and I can understand at least 5 different languages. Can you fucking imagine that, bro? 5 languages. I can speak fairly decently English. Russian is my native language. Also, as I've mentioned you earlier, I can speak barely decent French. Oh, probably that's an exaggeration. My French right now, spoken French, is absolute garbage, just like my Spanish. But you know what cool about it is that I keep going and I keep posting the videos on my separate YouTube channels dedicated to each and every language of the ones that I'm learning. I have a bunch of YouTube channels dedicated to each language, like Spanish, French, Chinese, English, Japanese, and I have 2 Russian channels that are my kind of main focus. I was trying to make a business with these channels, like build an audience and sell them something, just like Hamza taught me in his like philosophy, and I really appreciate that. Even though I haven't really succeeded with that yet. And for now, I'm just working as a fitness coach in the big city. I don't have almost any money, but I love my everyday a little more than if I just was working some shit job, was doing pretty much nothing with my life. And this what I do actually is kind of like purposeful. It feels like I'm in the beginning of something great. I want to achieve something impressive. I want to become a worldwide famous polyglot, the guy who can speak 5 languages easily, who can travel the world, who can have lots of attention, lots of women, because we all can pretend that we don't need like social validation, social status, women, and lots of sex, lots of attention. But let's be fucking honest, we all know that. We all desire that in the first place. In fact, I think that all of our efforts are aligned in that way, that we are striving to obtain these kinds of things, primarily sex, status, and money. That's the that's the primal shit, of course, but we are a little bit of monkeys, and that's okay. We all are. Sometimes we pretend that like we are moral, and that's fair enough, that's all right, that's cool, but we should not deny our primal roots, I'd say, something like this. And you know what, I really like this practice. I really enjoy what I'm doing right now, and that's why you can feel it too. Even though I'm not a native English speaker, you are still listening to me. Can you imagine that, bro? My English is like 10 times, 100,000 times worse than yours if you were born and raised in America or in some English-speaking country. Maybe it's your only language that you can speak. Just imagine myself in this situation. I'm already speaking this language that you are understanding I speak it pretty decently, and my first language was the Russian. I can speak it like fluently as fuck. Like this is my pinnacle of conveying the information in Russian. And I don't even use it. I don't even like. Of course, it's a wonderful language. It's very complicated, but I want to be fluent in other languages. So this way, that way, I can develop my brain much more seriously than just like learning something in one language. As I'm fairly young, I can do that. I'm 21 right now. At least I have like maybe 4 years up to 25 when my brain will remain being fairly flexible for me to acquire even more words, more languages. Honestly, I don't want to start any other languages other than these 5. It's already too much for me, and it can cover all of my necessities in this world. I can share with people I can share my ideas and my thoughts with people all over the world just by learning all these 5, like English, Russian English, Spanish, French, Chinese, and Japanese a little bit. I hope I will be pretty decent in Japanese in my future. I want to make a lot of effort, probably not that much as I do in other languages, because I'm not a robot. I'm not a omnipotent person. I have my own mental and physical capabilities, but I gotta learn all of them, and this is crazy. This is difficult, I understand that, and fair enough. I want to learn them. I need to learn them, really. Okay, let's turn around. Let's turn back to this, in the direction towards my home, because I'm recording for 16 minutes right now. It's already a decent amount of practice of English speaking. Can you see that? This video is not supposed to be something particular, something structured. Of course, it's gonna affect its performance on YouTube, but I'm not optimizing for that. For me, main goal is just keep talking, keep speaking, never stopping. Don't stop. That's the only thing that matters. As the more I speak, the better I speak. That's the main thing for me, the main constraint for me, because no matter how long will I keep continuing my listening comprehension, my reading comprehension in English, I will pretty much keep stagnating, keep not improving myself. And the only thing that I need to be doing right now, not the only thing, of course, I gotta keep going with my listening and reading, because that's how it should be supposed through our entire life. We gotta be always listening and reading to other people's ideas, and by that we always will have new opportunities, new unique ways to express ourselves. I should not be stopping completely listening and reading. Of course it is important, but not that much in this series, but it fairly is important. So we, on the advanced stages of our apprentissage. Oh fuck, I forgot the word for apprentissage. I remember French word, but I don't remember English word. Learning, probably, basically that's it, learning. And we should do both of these activities. In the past, I was thinking that, and it was true that I was thinking that you don't need to be striving to speak in the first moments and the initial stages of your language learning journey, and I still believe that it's true. But as long as I am not a beginner anymore, and especially in English and even in French and Spanish, I can understand pretty much a lot of different things, native speakers of course, and from that moment I feel like it's a good point for me to start my own language production, not just consumption. And that's in general a great tool for young people, for young guys who want to make something impactful, something meaningful with their lives. You gotta stop consuming and start producing. Like, just imagine, even this situation, like then in which we're talking right now, I'm recording videos. Usually like a few years ago, I was riding a bike. I would be riding a bike and just listening to some music, some podcast, and just consuming. But for now, I'm producing actively. I'm using my abilities to express my ideas and my thoughts in English, which is pretty cool skill to have in Russia and in any country, I guess. I understand that right now in this moment, in this second, many people are struggling with what I've already achieved, and this is a great accomplishment already in my life, that I can express myself in this manner. Of course, I feel like I am not really fluent in English. I'm not really comfortable. I'm not really feeling comfortable speaking it, and but fortunately, I've created this channel, and it is going to help me improve my speaking skills, because I already have in my vocabulary bank a lot of words, and I've listened to a lot of constructions, grammatical structures, and I will be speaking, and then probably listening to myself sometimes, analyzing what I'm speaking, compare it to the speech of the native speakers, and just keep going with that. And with every single video, I will, not probably with every single video, but from week to week, from month to month, probably from year to year, I hope that I will keep posting these videos on this channel a year from now. That would be sick. That would be absolutely fucking amazing, actually, for me to look what progress have I achieved by just posting. Like, what I'm doing right now is not really something super difficult. Of course, it is fairly difficult for me to make this video right now. And actually, there is an analogy with the training, with the gym, and with diet. Actually, this specific action that you gotta do is not super, very like tiring, very complicated. It's just like working out at the gym, working out hard, working out to failure. Of course, it's difficult that you cannot even raise your arm anymore with a dumbbell, but it's bearable. You can do that. And just like this video, I'm already skilled enough to keep going, to keep pronouncing these words, to keep improving my pronunciation, to keep improving my grammar structure, sentence structure, speaking more naturally, more fluently. And that's what I'm really like on about, bro. You gotta just repeat. The most difficult part here is in repeating yourself in these kinds of actions. For me, just make this one single video is not that difficult, because I have time right now. I'm pretty much doing nothing. I'm just riding my bike, and I have time, so I can use it wisely and make it like a little bit part of my archive, of my progress, that will be saved forever here in this YouTube channel. And then there will be lots and lots of other next videos, and that is really like awesome to understand that one day I will wake up and realize that I've already made like 1,000, maybe not like 1,000, maybe like 100, like a few hundred videos on this channel, and compare myself from the first videos to the last videos, and probably I will see how much I've improved, because like this is a great way, this is a very natural way to improve, because if you want to talk to a person, of course it is like more natural thing to do, but it is a little bit difficult because you gotta make time for this person gotta make time for you, you gotta meet, you gotta hop on a call at least and spend some time with each other, talking to each other, and this is fairly time consuming. This is like a little bit difficult, and for me personally, I've noticed that when I'm speaking to a different person, I'm not really authentic sometimes because I try to align my thoughts, align my ideas to another person. I want to be speaking not always about what's really interesting to me, but rather than that is more interesting to another person. That's a shitty trait to have. I admit it, but I gotta keep going with that. And the thing with these videos is that I can talk about whatever I want, and I can evaluate myself pretty correctly because I have a lot of experience in listening and understanding and comprehending English from native speakers. And after that, when I'm listening to my own videos, I understand that, and I can understand like how naturally am I speaking because I can compare. But for now, for this moment, for this exact moment where as I'm speaking, I kind of don't have this opportunity to evaluate myself correctly because it is difficult for me to speak. But even though it's the second day of my intensive practice, when I like record these long ass videos, I already feel like a little bit of improvement, and this is like crazy. Can you even imagine what's gonna happen when after me posting like a bunch of those videos? And the real sad thing that I could have done that much before, much earlier. I could have started much earlier, when I was 19, when I was 20, even though I'm 21 right now, I did not lose that much of time, but I could already be fluent, much more fluent than I am right now. But this is not a problem, because what I need to do to make these videos, I already had that for my entire life. I've always had a nice phone who can record this very simple, low quality like 720p video, and wired microphone, and just me talking about stuff. That's insane. That's what I really like need, basically, to be heard by this world, because some people inevitably will hear me. Even you, as you listen to me, to my words, you can hear me, and I appreciate you for that. I don't even know who you are, and where are you living? Where do you live? What are you doing for a living? But this is insane. Anyway, like, YouTube is absolutely gold mine, absolute gold mine for connection of people, I guess, because I've been posting on YouTube for 2 years probably on all of my channels. The most amount of subscribers I've reached is 1,200, I should say, probably. And probably that's small as fuck, but I gotta keep going, and in future I will be developing my personalities in different languages, and kind of doing all of that. I will kind of try to make my social media brand dedicated to self-improvement and language learning and language acquisition, and like getting the physique, talking to women, probably that are already very different topics from each other. I should not be spreading myself too much, but I gotta figure out something with my life, what I gotta do with it. and the great tool is just speaking. I've realized really probably that sounds strange, that speaking, just when as I'm speak to you here on YouTube, you don't really care about my status, my money, because we kind of all equal there on YouTube, and all we got to share with each other is our language, basically our words that describe our life experiences, and this is like insanely powerful. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, so how it's already 30 minutes again. It's crazy. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for thank me myself, because it is a great practice for me. It's an investment in my future. I cannot even imagine how many words I've used in this video, how many specific language units I've put together in this great puzzle, and how pretty fluently and magnificently I'm operating with this wonderful structure, which language actually is. It's like an informational structure, and I really like it. Okay, I think I gotta be stopping. I should stop here right now, because I gotta go. I've gotta hop on my car and get to work, to train my clients, to go to the gym and live my life, and I gotta edit my videos in different languages, and this one particularly, especially, I want to add subtitles, but I don't know if I really need to add some subtitles, because it's such a pain in the ass to like put this video on CapCut, then wait till subtitles are done. Even though they are done automatically, I gotta check them, and I don't imagine how I'm gonna do that with a 30-minute video. It's gonna take ages. And I've also noticed that these days YouTube does pretty decent subtitles, even with dots, with commas, with punctuation and all that. Okay, let's turn around again one more time. Oh. And probably I don't even need to add any more subtitles. If you want to listen and read, if you want for some reason subtitles, you can just click below, and subtitles will be available for you automatically. So thank you very much, YouTube, for improving your transcription technologies. This is very valuable. Yeah, that's it. Okay, brother, I'm kind of tired for speaking that long. Thank you very much for listening to me, and we will see each other in the next video. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, bro. I've made a lot of mistakes in this video, but that's the point. And you too gotta make as much mistakes as possible in this life, and eventually you will succeed. Goodbye.